Hello and welcome to the Minimum Competence episode for Monday, February 13th, 2023. I'm your host for today, Gina Leahy, a real estate and finance attorney from Philadelphia. In today's Alphabet Soup, we'll be discussing a cryptocurrencies firm's warning from the SEC, Tesla's new GC, continued IP issues faced by the Bored Ape NFT creator, and a lawsuit against TikTok claiming that it is surveilling its users. Let's get started. The SEC is planning to sue Paxos Trust Company, a cryptocurrency firm, for violating investor protection laws, according to sources familiar with the matter, as reported by the Wall Street Journal. The SEC's enforcement staff has issued a Wells notice to Paxos. A Wells notice is a letter to a company or individual informing them that the SEC is considering taking enforcement action against them. It serves as a warning to the recipient that the SEC has found potential violations of investor protection laws and that the recipient may be facing a lawsuit. The recipient is given the opportunity to respond in writing and explain why they believe the commission should not proceed with the enforcement action. A Wells notice is not a final determination of enforcement, as the SEC's 5 commissioners must vote to authorize any litigation or settlement. The notice to Paxos Trust Company alleges that Binance USD, a digital asset issued and listed by Paxos, is an unregistered security. Binance USD is a Binance-branded stablecoin that is pegged to the US dollar on a 1-to-1 ratio and is widely listed on many exchanges. It is unclear if the SEC notice is related to the issuance or listing of the coin or both. Binance USD has grown to become the world's 3rd largest stablecoin, with a market cap of over $16 billion as of Sunday. The SEC has been intensifying its enforcement against major players in the cryptocurrency market and has taken action against several digital tokens over the past 6 years for allegedly being unregistered investments. Tesla's new general counsel, Brandon Earhart, has joined the company as it continues to build its hardcore litigation department announced by Elon Musk last year. The electric automaker has added more than a dozen in-house lawyers over the past half year, including litigators with experience at major law firms. Musk has stated that he wants to build a litigation team that can initiate and execute lawsuits and report directly to him. The company has a busy litigation docket covering a range of issues from employment to patent and security matters. Earhart has spent the past 2 decades working at Dish Network Corp. And is the company's first full-time general counsel since Jonathan Chang departed in December 2019. Bored Ape NFT creator Yuga Labs is facing opposition in its attempt to register 10 trademarks for the Bored Ape Yacht Club brand at the U.S. Patent and Trademark Office. Jeremy Cahan, who is facing a trademark lawsuit from Yuga Labs, filed a notice of opposition to the Bored Ape trademark applications. Cahan claimed that Yuga Labs gave up its rights to the trademarks by granting a broad intellectual property license to Bored Ape NFT purchasers. This is part of a long-standing legal battle over Yuga Labs' intellectual property rights. The company sued Cahan and Ryder Ripps for trademark infringement for creating fake Bored Ape NFTs. Ripps and Cahan argued that their NFTs are protected speech that criticize the Bored Apes. Cahan's opposition claims that Yuga Labs doesn't have a bona fide intent to use the trademarks and that it doesn't own the rights to its digital logos. The opposition also notes that Yuga Labs is subject to an SEC investigation over whether it should follow securities disclosure rules. Yuga Labs has until March 21st to respond to Cahan's opposition. And lastly, TikTok is facing 11 lawsuits that claim it is illegally tracking users' clicks and keystrokes. The lawsuits allege that the app has JavaScript code that captures personal data for targeted ads. The data collected can include information about users' mental health, sexual preferences, and credit card accounts. The lawsuits seek statutory damages of up to $10,000 per plaintiff. The cases are the latest in a trend of wiretap claims and data privacy lawsuits and may be merged into multi-district litigation proceedings. All of the lawsuits cite a report by privacy researcher Felix Krause, who found that TikTok's in-app browser was designed to record every text input and selection made on third-party websites. The in-app browser is how links clicked within the app are opened on mobile devices, and, according to Krause, it allows TikTok to inject code into the visited page to track user information. TikTok denies the allegation, stating that the code is only used for debugging and performance monitoring. The lawsuits claim that the data collection is an illegal interception of electronic communications under the Federal Wiretap Act, and that consent was not given by either the plaintiffs or the third-party websites. Thanks so much for listening to Minimum Competence, your daily news podcast for lawyers. If you're looking for more than minimum competence, links to further reading on all of the topics touched on today are in our show notes. If you have any questions or story suggestions, find us on Mastodon on the esq.social instance. We also have a link aggregator in the Fediverse at links.esq.social, where some of our stories will be sourced from, so feel free to sign up and submit there. We are especially interested in legal happenings from our listeners outside the United States. If you have an interesting case or story, consider recording a 30-second to 2-minute clip on your phone and sending it in. We'd love to run it. Contact information is in the show notes. Minimum Competence is part of the EsquireCast network of podcasts and streams on esqstream.com. Catch you back here tomorrow, and until then, have a whale of a time with your minimum competence.